If you live in Macon County and enjoy driving around and looking at all the Christmas lights during the holiday season, chances are you've driven by Jimmy and Janice Walrond's property right here in Lafayette. What you see there behind me, they say, is a labor of love. You have been living at this location, you said, for 8 years. And what did you do the first year versus maybe what you're doing now? Was it a whole lot less than what you've got out now?
Oh yeah, I had a few older things like the blow molds. I've got a few of those, in which those are collector's items, more to say. But mostly what we had was like on the house, just on the house. Had a few on the bushes, a few lights on the bushes, but nothing major out in the yard the first year.
And through the years, of course, over the last 8 years, it's really grown into this, and it's really something to see. How much work is involved just trying to get it to look like this?
Quite a bit, quite a bit. And like I said, I couldn't do it without my wife's help. I mean, she's out here with me every time, and me and her, we usually start. I'll come in the evenings, and we'll get out here if it's warm. We'll get out here at night and work on it, and it just, I don't know exactly how many hours I would have in it, but it would be several.
Would it be safe to say it's taking you at least probably about a month to get it to look like this?
Yeah, probably, because like we started probably the week before. I think it was the week before Halloween this year. We had some good weather there. Of course, we've had some good weather all through November. Hadn't had any rain. And we started early and all. Of course, we put the lights on the bushes and the house and everything. And we try to hold off because we know we're going to have to mow the yard, some to keep everything looking good. And you don't want to lay down your wires and all and then have to mow. So I try to hold off on it, but it's probably took right around a month.
Why do you do this every year in such grand fashion? Why do you have such a big display every year?
Well, I love Christmas. I mean, it's the birth of our Savior we celebrate, and that foremost of all. But I guess I'm just a big kid at heart. I mean, people come by. I'll be out here in the yard at night working on something where a light's out or something, and kids will come by, and they're thrilled to death. And I'm just a big kid. We used to get out when I was a kid and go around the neighborhood. Mom and Dad, we'd go around looking at lights, and I just enjoyed it, and I guess I never outgrew it. I'm just a big kid at heart.
Do you have maybe a favorite 2 or 3 items out in the yard right now that you look at and you go, man, that really turned out well?
Well, we've got a few things that we made. I've got the things down here at where you turn in the driveway. They're like arches that me and my wife, we made those. And I've got a 3 reindeer and sleigh out there in the front yard, and I cut it out and done some of the paint work. And then my stepson finished it up, and he done a super job on it, got it really looking good. But some of the older stuff, the blow molds, I've got a Santa Claus out there we've had for years and all, but I mean, it all means a lot to me.
How much work is involved once the Christmas season is over, just getting it all off of the trees and off the house, that kind of thing, and put back up? Is that I'm sure that's about as much work as it was getting it installed in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it comes down a lot easier than it goes up. Of course, most of the bushes and the trees and all, the lights that are on them are net lights, where it kind of goes up like a 4x6 net, which you got to get them tied together and all. But once you get the ties off of them, they'll just more or less fall off the bushes and all. But it's a pretty good job taking it back down, too.
Do you ever get comments from the local neighborhood here, your neighbors, that kind of thing, or just anybody in general?
Oh, yeah, I have lots of people. I can be up in town and somebody say, well, when you going to have your lights up? Or they sure look pretty this year. I mean, a lot of people comment on them and all. And like I said, I mean, if children come by and it tickles them, I'm just as tickled as they are.
How long do you see you and your wife doing this as far as your Christmas display?
Well, I would love to keep doing it for years, but I'm getting older and it's hard to get up on the house like I used to, and getting up on the ladder, doing these trees and all. But as long as our health will let us, we'll be out here.
And that's great news for those of us who enjoy driving by the Walrons' home each Christmas. It's a holiday tradition, not only for them, but for us as well. Reporting in Lafayette, Barry Hyatt, NCTV.